warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you everybody? What's your life today? I wish you always happy and healthy. Okay, in this section, I would like to present about recent article that I read before to fulfill assessment of current issues in English language teaching course. Before it, I want to introduce myself. My name is Devi Diyah Meriarti. You can call me Devi. I'm from class E, 6th semester in English department of EIN Dari. Okay, we know that in learning process, thinking is fundamental in educational process. Then, reading is one of our skill in English language. To get current issues, we have to read more information, right? Then, use thinking skill also to absorb the information. So, I choose my topic today by the title, The Effect of Higher Order Thinking Skill Interaction on EFL Reading Ability by Nafa Nourdat, Sanam Masoudi, and Parisa Rahimali in University of Tabriz, Iran. And then this article published by International Journal of Applied Linguistics and English Literature. In this presentation, there are 5 points that we learned today. The first is introduction. And the second is review of related literature. And the third is method. And the fourth is finding. And the last is conclusion. In most educational systems, students only focus on the listening lecture, finishing tasks, and responding tests that merely measure the ability to memorize facts, concepts, and theories. This sort of learning has a negative effect on psychological development of students. Isolate the student and then neglect them and also make them feel insecure and evil. Eventually, leave students without sufficient skill. Heart is very important in teaching and learning. A learner's thought can affect the ability of learning, speed, and effectiveness of learning. Heart is the highest level in efficiency of cognitive process. It helps students to manage the challenges of too much information with a limited processing time. Creative thinking pedagogy can help students develop more innovative ideas and idea perspective and imitative insight. And then reading is complex process which involve different purpose and varying process demanding different ability or skill. The idea of reading comprehension has changed from a receptive process to interactive process. Recently, most school curriculum have crucial focus on the development of arts or higher order thinking skill. Arts include the transformation of information and ideas. Transformation occurs when students can combine fact, ideas, synthesis, generalize, and explain the hypothesis, and they can also arrive at some conclusion or some interpretation. Based on this article, movement from lower level thinking to higher level thinking is called scaffolding, which is explained in Bloom's taxonomy and Webb's Deep of Knowledge. They describe how students should move from lower level thinking to higher level gradually. By Benjamin Bloom, there are different significant psychological domains in learning process, cognitive, affective, and then psychomotor. The cognitive domain is based on the understanding and knowledge of ideas. And then the affective domain is dealing with the attitude, emotion, and feeling, which are the result of the learning process. And the last domain, which is called psychomotor, is about physical skill. The current study deals with the cognitive domain. Bloom et al. Divide 6 different levels in cognitive domain in Bloom taxonomy. The lowest level of learning is divided as knowledge. This level is concerned with remembering of previously learned materials. The second level of taxonomy is called comprehension. In this level, the learners goes beyond just memorizing in order to grasp the meaning of the material. The third level is application. During this level, the learners can use the required knowledge in completely novel situations by applying no method. The fourth level, which is the starting phase of the higher order level, is analysis. In this stage, learners are able to break down the information into component parts that require calculation and clarification. The fifth level is known as synthesis. During this phase, learners can assemble components together in order to form a new whole, such as formulation of a new pattern or creative behavior. The sixth and lowest of the Bloom's taxonomy is called evaluation. After all the aforementioned stage, it is time for students to use evaluation, in which they can express their ideas by making critical judgment, in other words, by judging the value of the information or idea. The taxonomy is divided into two parts. The first level are called lower order thinking, and the second three levels are called higher order thinking. Some of exciting practice, thought, and concept about HOTS in order to find strategies for improving HOTS skill in teaching and learning. This library Password suggests several strategies that teachers can use to improve HOTS in their learners, such as the use the concept, inference, and visualization and schemas. Then, we talked about method. In the method, there are 4 parts. The first is design. This quantitative study employed a quasi-experimental design with pre-test, treatment, and post-test format on experimental and control study groups. And the second, participant. The participants of the study include 236 male and female students. And the next is instrument. For the purpose of homogeneity of the participant in terms of general English language proficiency or tests, preliminary English test 210 test was applied. And the last is data gathering procedure. At the beginning, students at various majors were randomly assigned to the intervention and comparison group. PAT test was conducted in order to have homogeneous participants during the study. The score of the reading section were used a measure of pre-treatment reading comprehension ability of the participant. And then the finding confirmed the claims of Larson and Miller 211, according to which most students are working on the lowest level thinking, and teachers should prepare students with 21st century skill. They implies the teacher should encourage students to apply knowledge, analyze the knowledge in multiple ways, and then synthesis or create new knowledge and continuously evaluate it. In the other hand, educational system in Iran therefore should pay much more attention on developing the thinking ability of these individuals. Some students might not be successful in their academic lives. Some might never master a foreign language, but the important point is to guide them to be successful in their life through teaching them how to think. In the other hand, educational system in Iran therefore should pay much more attention on developing the thinking ability of these individuals. Some students might not be successful in their academic lives. Some might never master a foreign language, but the important point is to guide them to be successful in their life through teaching them how to think. And the last is conclusion. This study aims at finding solution for deficient EFL learners' reading comprehension skill. Besides that, this research provides a good example of continuous professional development. The result of this study indicate that the use of hot strategies as a regular strategies will be benefit and advantage for the learners. It is because the result did prove significantly positive effect on learners' reading skill. And this study can help in the effort of forming a better understanding of using and instructing hot skill. Okay, that's all for our presentation. I do apologize if I have many mistakes. Thank you so much for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.